Okay, so it's obvious that I'm not here today. So what I'm going to do is go over a few things and then send you on your work because you have a lot to do today because today is a block schedule. I hope everyone had a very good break and I hope we're ready for another 9 weeks. All right, so before we get started, I'm going to show a few things that are going to change here. And you can find all this on Schoology. All right. So what we're going to start is like a new 9 weeks off fresh. And with that, we're going to start a few different things because there's some things that I really liked about the first 9 weeks, and some things I was not very thrilled when I was putting in the data. So I'm going to seek to change a lot of this. All right. So this is what we're going to go over initially: scores, new expectations, and the timeline we're going to be studying. Okay, here was your 9 weeks scores. Okay, I understand that we were using a test that you weren't used to, and I didn't make the test, so the language might have been a little different. So, but still, we shouldn't have done as bad as we did. 52% is really not that great, but it's not horrible. I mean, some of my economics class were way worse, and quite honestly, I was very happy with many of y'all's. Okay, the median overall average for this class, like grade, was 74, which isn't bad, but we can do better. Okay, new expectations. If you see in your packet, I have a cell phone policy sign-in sheet. This will be your first grade. And with that, it says that you understand these new expectations because let's be honest, I was very lax on the cell phones. And I had hoped that many of y'all would have taken the initiative to put your cell phone in the box and get extra points for your test, but no one did it. And that was okay. But what we're going to go into now is a lot of people coming in and out of our class. So that means you cannot have your cell phones up. And I'm not saying y'all, I'm not saying this block, I'm not singling anyone out, but there were a few where an administrator came in my room or the instructional coach came in my room and the cell phones were out and the AirPods were in. So we're going to just nip this in the bud right away. I am really not playing around with it. I'm going to tiger tier until you get the point. It's not being mean. It's just, it's got to stop because the few can't police themselves or stay away from a phone. All right, so you sign that in and turn it into the sub. Okay, so new coursework. When I was looking over the test, I noticed a lot of this was application to vocabulary issues. So I am going to have a vocabulary and concept quiz every Friday, starting this Friday. These will be major grades. They will be 300 points each. So if you really want to get ahead, you might want to study. And I'm going to try to pass out guided notes every single week. And I'm also going to try to do these kind of things with Zoom where you can go back and look at lectures. So there will be no issues finding notes. Also, you will have a notebook check every Friday. I'm not going to start it this Friday because it's redundant because you'd only have one notebook check. one thing in your notebook check. So we're going to start it next week because I got tired of being asked how many bell ringers do we have. So I'm going to make this easy. You're going to have 3 or 4 every week. 1 on Friday and 3 on your other work days. There will also be weekly participation goals. I think some don't really participate as well as others, and I don't think everyone should get the same grade because only a few are doing the work. So I'm going to go and I'm going to mark down participation points if you're off task. Those will be 500 points each week. I'm also going to be harping on the learning objective checks. Like the curriculum maps you get every single 9 weeks. Because it was a shock to many that we didn't have study guides for the 9 weeks test.